Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. This is your boy Marcus Bennett of MB Coaching, also known as MB the Coach. Um, Thank you guys for tuning in. I know that many of you at this time are celebrating Easter Sunday and either preparing to sit down and have an awesome dinner with your family and loved ones, or you're going to be watching this after dinner and later on this evening. But I wanted to come on real quickly and talk about a topic that is really near and dear to my heart. We want to talk about the topic of insurance. There's four types of insurance I want to quickly go over with you, and you make sure that you are aware of these insurances and that you have them, right? Health insurance is one, life insurance is another. We want to talk about disability insurance, and also we're going to talk a little bit about property and casualty insurance. I know many of you may say, you know what, Marcus, I cannot afford an extra expense of insurance, right? There's these insurances off the charts right now as far as their pricing, monthly expenses. But let me share with you the price of not having insurance is a whole lot more than the price or the cost of having insurance. And so when you think about insurance, you're thinking about risk management. As I shared before, every good financial plan has to account for risk management. You spent time saving and investing and growing what you have. What's the use of having all of that when there's a tragedy that comes around and take that away from you, right? Risk management insurance helps protect what you have grown. And so I think that if you're talking to anybody who does not consider insurance as a part of their financial well-being, they are seriously mistaken. Okay, it's important to have it all four of these insurances. And so let me talk about real quickly. If you are working, if you are full-time employed anywhere, there's a couple insurances that I want to make sure that you have. One, you obviously want to make sure health insurance, right? The cost of insurance is crazy nowadays. It's much better to have a monthly premium come out of your check account so that you and your family are covered. The other insurance that, and real quickly, let me share this as well. Here's a money tip to savings. If you and your spouse have insurance, different types of insurance, and you both are working, you're wasting money, right? You really want to have an opportunity to have one insurance for the household. Whoever has the best, have the entire family covered, right? Because if you have insurance, your spouse, cannot, he or she doesn't need to have health insurance, which will boost their take home pay. Um, it'll surprise you that many of us choose to have separate insurances. Not sure why, but that's a money savings tip. The other insurance you have if you're working, and I know it really doesn't cost very much, is disability insurance, long term, short term disability, whatever your job offers. It is worth it to have that insurance. And let me share this about insurance. Whatever insurance you choose, make sure someone knows what it is, right? Make sure you have your beneficiaries listed. Make sure you tell someone that you trust and that you love. Tell the beneficiary, hey, when I pass, this is what I have in place. All right. Beneficiaries can't change it. Only you can change it. And when you pass, we don't want your estate to go into probate, where the courts then decide who's the actual owner and actual beneficiary of it. Same thing, and I'm getting off topic real quickly, but same thing for your checking account. If you work and you earn income and you get a paycheck and you have that paycheck going into your account tomorrow, Monday, go in there and make sure that you tell your bank, I want to have some banks may call it a pay on death account or a Titan trust. It's really just name a beneficiary. All right. A spouse, children, loved one, whomever it is, godson, godmother, let someone know who that beneficiary is, right? Because there's nothing worse, and I'm gonna lean on my banking days a little bit. then have someone pass away, and there's no named beneficiary. Guess what? That means everything that goes into that account is locked up. No one can touch it until you prove that you are the rightful owner of that estate. And so make sure that, if you're working, you have a paycheck, make sure that you have a named beneficiary on your accounts, please. Easiest thing to do that will save you a lot of time and stress, or let's save your loved ones a lot of time and stress in the event of your passing. So those are two insurances that you want to have as a full-time employee, right? You want to have health insurance, and you also want to have disability insurance. The third type, which is probably one of the most important, is life insurance. Let's make sure we have life insurance. GoFundMe is not a life insurance, okay? No one wants to have that burden of raising funds in the family to make sure that you have a proper home going. I think I read somewhere the average cost of a funeral nowadays is upward of close to $10,000. Let's make sure that we have life insurance, so that in the event of your passing, that will be taken care of. Also, my recommendation is to have life insurance that is equal to your largest expense. If you are a homeowner, right, you want to have life insurance that'll cover the home in your passing. Name a beneficiary, they'll be able to pay that home off, and you'll be all set. All right, we'll talk about taxes and estate planning in a different topic, but let's make sure that you have proper life insurance. And there's two types, and I'm not going to say there one is better than the other, right? Probably there's three types. There's a new one, but we have whole life, and then we have term life. I'm not going to say which one is best. It depends on your situation. And that's something that we can get down to in a one-on-one. I'll just say whole life offers certain benefits than term life. But term life is generally less expensive and kind of a bare bones type of option for you. So we're going to make sure you have one of those, right? So if you're working, even if you're working, I think many employers are offering a small or a type of a life insurance policy as well. Find out the cost of it. Generally, it's not very expensive at all. If you pass away while you're employed, there's additional funds there, right? So please maximize, those benefits that you have. Those things are just as important. Well, I won't say if as important, but just as important as your paycheck, your benefits package. Some people, will take a really good benefit package and lose a little bit less money on up front. And so take a look at those benefit packages. I would do that, once we sit down one on one. Let's talk about the employer packages and what they're offering, right? They offer some really good products that you should be taking advantage of, and leveraging also as part of your financial plan. The fourth insurance that we're going to talk about is the property and casualty. Listen, many of us have cars, right? Oftentimes, you can't drive off the lot without proof of insurance. Why? Because if you, God forbid, you get into an accident, one, guess what? You still owe that price of that car. you you want to make sure that you have auto insurance. You want to make sure that homeowners insurance, if you're a homeowner. If you're renting right now, it goes unnoticed, but renter's insurance can save you a lot of money, and it's not very expensive at all, right? We just had some really strong weather occurrences this past weekend. And who knows, many people were affected by tornadoes in Kankakee recently. We want to make sure your property, your home, your car, those items are insured. Okay. Life comes at us fast. Things are unexpected. And you want to make sure that you protect what you have grown, what you have invested in, what you have sacrificed for. The cost of that insurance and maintaining and having that insurance is well worth the peace of mind to know that, hey, if anything happens to me, this will be taken care of. And so, insurance is priority it is something that you must have in order to protect your assets, right? Investments help you grow, insurance helps you protect, and you want to have both as part of a successful financial plan. So, while the family's still there, let's talk about it. It's not a topic that many of us like to talk about in our communities, but guess what? It's something that needs to be done. We want to make sure that we have proper insurances. We want to make sure that someone knows those insurances are in place and how to access them in the event of your untimely passing. So, happy Easter, everyone. Enjoy time with your family. Protect the assets, protect those that you love by having insurance that will cover what you have invested. All right. If you need any personal one on one coaching, reach out, please contact me. I've been fortunate enough to have really good um, uh, questions coming at me oftentimes outside of this recording, as this taping. Um, one of these days I'm going to probably go live on YouTube, but and then I'll be able to answer and field some questions live for you. But if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to work with you and help you gain a financial plan, financial future, and one that you can grow and one that you can protect. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks.